Um, Hi, everyone. We're so glad you could join us today. My name is Laura Williamson. I'm the product consultant here at MapleLMS, and I'm passionate about working closely with our clients to supercharge their training and development programs. And joining me today are the fantastic Matt and Avon. Matt, if you could kindly start by introducing yourself and sharing a bit about your role here at MapleLMS, and then please pass it over to Avon. We're all very excited to dive in with you today.
Thanks, Laura. Happy to be here today. My name's Matt Peterson. I'm the Relationship Director with MapleLMS, and I work with our clients on their continuing education and professional development programs, finding them the right solutions for all their training needs. And joining me today is Aben.
Yes, thank you, Matt. And hi, everyone. My name is Avin. I'm a key account manager with MapleLMS. I'm also the customer training manager with MapleLMS. So I train our customers on our product and our solutions. And back to you,
Okay.
Laura.
Thank you. All right. Just a couple housekeeping items. We encourage you to ask questions through the Q&A at the bottom of your screen, and we will answer them at the end of the presentation. Our topic today is unifying data for success, top key performance indicators from Salesforce and LMS. We are specifically covering this topic in advance of Dreamforce next week in San Francisco. So to start your mind thinking of ways to expand your possibilities with Salesforce in an LMS. We will have a few simple poll questions, and we would love to have your participation. So actually, we can go ahead and look at the first question. Are you attending Dreamforce? And I'll give you a minute, I guess, to answer yes or no on that, and we can move on. Okay, I think that might be enough time, but feel free to take your time. I'll go on. Okay, so to a bit about MapleLMS, we help organizations create, manage, deliver, track, and even sell training for employees, customers, members, and partners across on-demand, live, virtual, and in-personal formats. By aligning KPIs from Salesforce with those in your LMS, we can gain valuable insights into the impact of your training programs and make continuous improvements to reach your goals. This unified data also provides a clear way to measure the return on investment for the training experiences you offer. Now, I guess we could go ahead and take a look at the second poll question. Are you using Salesforce? So I'll give you just a couple seconds to go ahead and answer that. And if everyone's ready to dive in and explore the amazing features of LMS, I'll let Matt take it away.
Sure. Thank you, Laura.
Sure.
So really at the core of this presentation is how training can impact results within an organization and really the metrics you gain by combining your training data with your performance results. So first, we thought might be helpful to discuss why is training important to an organization and what is the functional role of training in your organization. Continuous training is really crucial in today's fast-paced work environment. So I've highlighted just a few pointers here. The first one being training really enhances your skill and knowledge. So training equips your employees with the latest skills and knowledge to perform their jobs effectively. It keeps the workforce updated about any industry trends, new technologies, maybe new offerings that you're offering in terms of your products and services, and also best practices. It also provides opportunities for professional growth of your workforce and development, leading to higher job satisfaction and employee retention. Number two is improves customer interactions and customer satisfaction. So well-trained employees, and in particular, those that are often the face of the company, or it may also serve your other employees or internal customers, will enhance your customer experience. So trained employees are better equipped to understand and meet the customer's needs, leading to more positive interactions. A well-trained employee can handle inquiries, complaints, and problems more efficiently, ensuring quicker and more satisfactory resolutions. And better customer interactions lead to higher customer satisfaction, which can increase customer loyalty and also positive word of mouth. And thirdly, it can boost team productivity and performance. Training leads to overall team and organizational success, and a skilled workforce is a productive workforce. Training really helps in streamlining processes and reduces errors, which increases efficiency. Employees who are confident in their abilities are more likely to work effectively, both individually and as part of a team. And well-trained teams can collaborate better, leading to innovative solutions and improved performance. Laura, did you have any thoughts on training?
Yeah, absolutely. It seems pretty clear that training really is the secret sauce for boosting team productivity. When employees are well trained, they work more efficiently and collaborate better, leading to better overall performance. And on that, we could go ahead, I guess, and look at the third and final poll question. Are you using an LMS that's integrated with Salesforce? And I'll give you, a little bit to answer the yes or no question, then we can move on, Matt, to the next slide.
Okay.
Whenever you're ready.
I think our poll questions are a little lagging, but I'm sure the third one will pop up. So yeah, let's move along. Organizations are integrating Salesforce with learning management systems for several reasons, primarily to enhance efficiency, improve data accessibility, and provide a seamless user experience. So just wanted to highlight some key motivations behind this integration. The first one is enhanced data management. So integrating Salesforce with your LMS creates a centralized hub for managing your customer and employee data, including course information and training records, all into one system. And this streamlined data process eliminates silos, offering a comprehensive view of your customer interactions and employee training progress and performance on a single platform. Integration facilitates streamlined processes for managing learner information, enrollment, and tracking, and it reduces having to enter this manual data and administrative overhead. And so then it's going to create some efficiency. Second is increased user engagement. So efficient training boosts productivity, and a Salesforce LMS integration provides seamless access to training materials within Salesforce, allowing employees to track progress and complete modules easily, eliminating the need to switch systems and enhancing engagement. Next, we have overall just improving your training programs. So tailoring training programs to the individual needs will boost learning effectiveness, and the Salesforce LMS integration will allow you to personalize learning paths based on the roles, the skills, and the performance metrics that you'll get in Salesforce. So you're ensuring your training is relevant and really aligns with the individual and organizational goals. Next, we have real-time analytics for better insights. So analytics from Salesforce LMS integration allows you to instantly track training effectiveness and employee performance. And this will facilitate data-driven decisions that enhance the learning experience and boost organizational success. Salesforce offers robust reporting and analytics capabilities. And when integrated with an LMS, it enables you to generate comprehensive reports on training effectiveness, learner engagement, compliance metrics, and much more. This data-driven approach really helps in making informed decisions and optimize your training programs. Next, we have the seamless user experience. So integrating Salesforce with your LMS will centralize announcements, updates, discussions, enhancing communication, and this will foster better collaboration amongst employees and trainers, crucial for the success of any training program. And for the learners, integration means a seamless experience where they can access training materials, track progress, and receive support, all within familiar interfaces. And overall, this really is going to improve user adoption and satisfaction. Another benefit will be improved customer satisfaction and loyalty. Improved customer satisfaction and loyalty will stem from enhanced communication in your training programs. And this integration ensures that learner interactions with both their customers and progress are captured within the CRM system. And it really provides a holistic view of customer-employee relationships and really how you may have some opportunities to improve them. This will allow organizations to personalize the customer experience, anticipate their needs, and deliver targeted marketing, sales, and service initiatives. We also have the upskilling and cross-selling opportunities. So upskilling and cross-selling opportunities will rise as your organization grows. And a Salesforce LMS integration provides scalability and adaptability, ensuring your training programs expand seamlessly with your business needs and fostering employee development and enhancing sales potential. And finally, single sign-on just simplifies the user access by allowing them to log in once and gain access to both Salesforce and your LMS. And this will also enhance security, ensure compliance with data protection regulations, and safeguarding sensitive training data. So in essence, integrating Salesforce with an LMS aligns training and development efforts closely with business objectives, enhance operational efficiency, and really improves the overall learning experience for employees or customers.
Yeah. So I guess just to recap there, Matt, integrating with an LMS with Salesforce for training is kind of a game changer, and it's impressive how seamless access to materials and progress tracking within the platform can significantly boost your user engagement and productivity. So thank you for that.
Yeah, thanks for that comment. Next, we'll move along. We wanted to talk a little bit about what is unifying data for success. So this really refers to the practice of integrating and consolidating various sources of data within your organization to achieve specific goals and improve overall performance. So here's a breakdown of what this concept entails. The combined LMS data, and your LMS data might be your courses, your learning data, your credits, it may be assessment scores, any type of analytics from the LMS combined with your Salesforce, which will include your employees, your members, your accounts, your contacts, your service tickets, your revenue on an integrated uniform platform. This will centralize learning data in Salesforce for consistency, and organizations accumulate data from multiple systems and sources. And the LMS and a CRM or Salesforce aren't the only ones. You may have enterprise resource planning systems, marketing automation tools, your websites, any mobile apps. All that can be unified data, and integrating these disparate sources will create a centralized repository of information. Next, we have detailed analytics of learner progress, of course, completion, badges, and maybe certificates earned. This synchronized learning data with the employee member records happens instantly in real time. And when data from various sources is unified, organizations can perform comprehensive analytics and derive meaningful insights from those. These insights will enable data-driven decision-making across strategic, operational, tactical levels, and it ultimately leads to better business outcomes and a competitive advantage. Next, we have a single platform access for learning materials and progress tracking. And a tailored learning experience can use personalized learning paths based on this integrated data. Next, it really reduces manual entry and errors with automatic data transfer. This will ensure accuracy across HR, training, and other integrated systems. And by consolidating data into a single source of truth, organizations can ensure consistency, accuracy, and reliability of information across various departments and functions. And this will really eliminate discrepancies and improve that decision making based on reliable data insight. Fifth, utilizing combined data for strategic training and development decision. It can identify learning gaps for targeted training initiatives. Unified data also allows stakeholders across the organization to access relevant information easily and in real time. The accessibility empowers teams to make informed decisions promptly, react to any market changes swiftly, and optimize operational efficiency. Finally, it promotes collaboration between training managers, HR, and other departments, and provides a comprehensive view of learner interactions and progress. Laura, I wanted to ask you, based on this, what do you see as key takeaways here?
Yeah, Matt, thanks for asking. I think the key takeaways here are that bringing together Salesforce and LMS data, it allows organizations to create powerful, streamlined learning management systems that drive better results and boost success. The unified approach harnesses technology and best practices to seamlessly integrate, manage, and leverage data across the organization. And the end result is basically enhanced operational efficiency, smarter decision making, increased customer satisfaction, and a solid foundation for long term growth.
I think that's exactly correct. So next we'll move along. We wanted to talk about who's going to use these data points and metrics. So in this particular webinar, we're really just using sales and support teams as an example, as they are the primary when it comes to Salesforce and an LMS integration. But other teams can also use these data points and as well, just to mention how this unified data can be used across an entire organization to drive results. So sales teams leverage integrated data to track customer interactions and training progress, improving sales strategies, and tailoring pitches based on a customer's learning journey and engagement levels. Support teams will access comprehensive customer profiles, including training history, to provide informed support, resolve issues more efficiently, and really enhance customer satisfaction through personalized assistance. A marketing team may utilize unified data to create targeted campaigns, measure the impact of training on customer engagement, and really refine these strategies based on customer education and interests. An HR team will certainly be involved because they'll want to monitor employee training completion and performance and ensure it aligns professional development with business goals and employees have the necessary skills and knowledge for their roles and also compliance. A finance team may analyze the correlation between training investments and financial outcomes, such as revenue growth and cost savings, to optimize budgeting and forecasting training ROI. So now I'm going to turn it over to Avon. He'll discuss how you will make this all work, an easy task.
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Matt. So how does it work? Now, there are quite a few and actually several steps involved in this process, but I've highlighted some of the most important steps here on this slide. So starting with data integration. Now, data integration involves configuring the LMS to send training data, meaning course completions, test scores to your Salesforce. And this involves integrating both systems and configuring the data points that should synchronized with your Salesforce. And once we integrate both systems, the LMS will send training data to Salesforce, and Salesforce will allow us to aggregate sales performance data, such as revenue, lead conversion rates, and support performance data. So data integration being your first step, you need to identify your data points. You need to know, or you need to be sure about your integration and have those steps in place. So configuring data integration would be your first step, or one of the most important steps, I would say. Second part would be your course development. Now, in this step, and this step really involves developing courses or training programs tailored to employees. And in terms of course development, it is important to focus on product knowledge, sales techniques, support techniques, and even service expertise. So create training programs accordingly. So now you have your systems integrated with the right data points. You have your courses developed, your training programs developed. The next step is really the deployment of this training program. And this step involves deploying your courses and programs that you created. So basically assigning it to the right individuals. And with the integrated systems, we also have options to assign courses via Salesforce and also create some automated processes. So there are different processes, but in general, let's take assigning trainings after the deployment as a step. Now, from there comes performance analysis, which is finally where we analyze this integrated data to correlate training impact on sales and support performance. So those are four of the key steps that I would highlight over here. Clearly, there's a lot involved in this process, but broadly, these are the four steps that make it work. Now, from here, also, let's move on to the next slide, and let's look at why is this so important. So quite a few reasons. There are several reasons why this integration and unification of data might be important to your organization on an organizational level. Firstly, you will have streamlined analytics management. So analytics and data management requires much time and effort, and it is also an ongoing process. And with an integrated system, we can automate this process, allowing the LMS to automatically synchronize the learning data of your employees with their Salesforce records, and then you have enhanced accessibility. So that really means users, decision makers, and managers don't need to log in to the LMS system to access the reports or any analytics. So, for example, a training manager can access any training data from the training data right into Salesforce without navigating into the LMS. So we can provide that kind of access, that kind of level of accessibility to different types of decision makers and managers. And then comes real-time synchronization being why I would say data synchronization is definitely one of the most important reasons why you should have all these systems in place, all these unifications in place. So any changes in data at one system would reflect on the other integrated system in real time, ensuring a consistent and up-to-date information across both platforms. So real-time data synchronization would basically be a scenario where you're getting real-time insights on learning progresses, completions, scores, and many more. And from there, also improved recognition and tracking. Now, with this integration, or let's just say this integration would also simplify tracking your employees' achievements, such as course completions and certifications or achieving any badges, and that too right in your Salesforce environment. So again, along with progress, you're also tracking any recognitions, any achievements an individual might have achieved. And comprehensive profile synchronization would basically mean you have a holistic view of all your employees' progress and achievements into a single system. So not just their sales or support related information, but also their progress into learning and any achievements along with that. So in summary, Salesforce integrated and the unified data leads to improved efficiency, accessibility, and real-time tracking of learning progress and achievements, and also facilitating better decision making and recognition within the organization. Now, with that, let's move on and also look at some benefits of integrating Salesforce with an LMS. Now, these are some additional benefits, I would say. Some of these we've already discussed, but simplifying sales and support processes and learning would be one of the benefits that I would highlight. So in this process, when we are integrating Salesforce and LMS, it will simplify the learning process for both sales and support teams, and it will allow easy access to learning and easy access to training materials on the go. Also, automated reporting and data collection. Now we talked about this, that how the integrated systems will communicate with each other and share data automatically on a frequency, which will really reduce any manual efforts in generating or managing or uploading or collecting your data. And then that really leads to minimizing errors and duplication of efforts. Automated reporting and data collection will certainly reduce any errors and duplication of efforts. And the integration also automates various administrative tasks such as learner registration or course assignments, notification, and reporting. So this automation saves time, reduces errors, and allows administrators to focus on strategic aspects of learning. And from here also, some customized learning possibilities. So this I would highlight as an additional benefit with an integrated solution. Customized learning possibilities could be for not just for your employees, but you can also offer some customized learning possibilities for your customers. That would be a really different use case in terms of customer training, but clearly there's a possibility for that as well. And with all these benefits, clearly you have an enhanced customer satisfaction and communication. That would really happen with all these ongoing trainings and our employees getting trained in time, performing better, and that would really lead to an enhanced customer satisfaction and communication. Now, another benefit of integrating Salesforce with an LMS could also be increased sales and support outcomes. So Salesforce LMS integration could basically boost your sales and support outcomes by offering real-time insights into your users' behavior and also how they learn or interact with your customers. So there are different ways on how you can use both tools and engage both your teams into different strategies and generate outcomes out of that, or increase your sales and support outcomes. For example, offering specific learning paths or trainings both to your sales and support teams that lead to maybe some achievement, kind of a motivating factor. But then also integrated LMS is also a cost saving because integrating Salesforce and LMS eliminates the need for separate learning systems, I would say, or separate learning for sales and support platforms, cutting training and onboarding experiences. So cost saving wise, if you look at it, you have an LMS and that's integrated with your Salesforce, you can actually have an automated onboarding process. So your new employee gets onboarded, whether from a support team or a sales team, could be automatically assigned into a path of training or a series of courses where they engage into some learning and 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 yeah, so different tools over there. But simply just moving on from that topic, there are some enhanced collaboration tools as well. So these would really benefit as well. So there are enhanced collaboration tools which really refer to how Salesforce LMS integration bridges the gap between sales and learning teams, promoting seamless communication and knowledge sharing. So this alignment ensures both teams work towards unified business goals, enhancing their understanding of customer needs and preferences. Now from here, since we have looked at some benefits, importance, let's also look at some key performance indicators, which is the core of our webinar today. And we'll look at the key performance indicators we need for Salesforce and also for the LMS. And let me just move forward. Give me one sec. Yeah. So yes, several KPIs or key performance indicators, and I've highlighted some of the key performance indicators that you should consider for your Salesforce. Starting with sales revenue. So these are KPIs that we need from Salesforce. Sales revenue would be the total major, or say the major total, or let's just say the total revenue generated from sales activities by sales rep. Then you have lead conversion rate. That would be the percentage of leads converted into customers. And then we have customer acquisition cost, which is the cost associated with acquiring a new customer. And then another KPI that we need would be sales cycle length. So that would be the time taken to close a deal. And then quota attainment would be the percentage of sales team members meeting their targets. And lastly, you would also need visuals. So maybe some bar charts to track monthly, quarterly revenue trends, or bar charts illustrating team performance against quotas, or even graphs showing conversion rates over time. So different options. So these are a few Salesforce KPIs that you should definitely consider. And from here, I'll also highlight a few LMS KPIs for a unified data. Starting with course completion rate. Now, course completion rate is basically the percentage of courses completed by employees. And we are actually looking at data points that we can get from the LMS and use these as our KPIs. So course completion rate would be 1, and then average test scores. Test scores would be assessment scores. So any assessments taken by employees, we can have average scores of these into a data or a data set. Then time to competency. So this really measures the time taken for employees to achieve their competency in their role. And there are several tools available for this, such as a competency-based education model or a competency-based rating scale. And then learner satisfaction score is also a KPI to consider. So we can get a learner satisfaction score by collecting feedback from learners on courses. So when they complete a course, maybe offering satisfaction surveys or a rating scale to rate their experience or satisfaction with the education that they received. And then training cost per employee, clearly one of the most important KPIs to look at, which would really be the average cost of training per employee. And then some visuals, some charts, some bar graphs or line graphs indicating completion rates, test score trends, competency scales, and maybe satisfaction levels as well. So those were a few KPIs that we looked at, a few from Salesforce, a few from LMS, and from here, I will turn it over to Matt, and we will dive. We'll also look at some key performance indicators for sales and support teams.
Yeah, as I mentioned before, we're kind of looking at sales and support teams as an example here. So I thought it would be helpful to also cover what are the KPIs that a sales team would use to evaluate the performance and effectiveness of that team in achieving its objectives and contributing to the organization's revenue goals. So these KPIs help in assessing various aspects of sales activities, customer interactions, and pipeline management. So here's some common sales team KPIs defined and why they are important. Sales revenue obviously is very important, measures the total dollars of sales closed by the sales team within a specific period. And this KPI directly reflects the team's contribution to the organization's revenue targets. Sales growth, this is the percentage increase in sales over a specific period, such as month over month, or you might evaluate year over year. And this important is measure the rates at which sales are growing and the team's ability to expand the customer base and increase sales volume. CAC, or customer acquisition costs, will determine the average cost of acquiring a new customer, including the sales and marketing expenses. And this will really help you evaluate the efficiency of marketing and sales efforts. Fourth would be a lead conversion rate or win rate. This is the percentage of leads or prospects that convert into actual sales and paying customers. And this is going to really rate the effectiveness of the sales teams in closing deals and converting opportunities into revenue. Fifth, you may calculate the average deal size. This is the average dollars per sale. And this will provide insight into the value of each sale. And monitoring this KPI really helps in understanding sales performance across different deal sizes and products or service lines. We also have the sales cycle length. This refers to the average time taken to close a deal. from the initial contact to closing. And this will help you identify bottlenecks in the sales process, and it will also help you predict revenue and ultimately optimize the sales process. Quota attainment is just the percentage of sales team members meeting or exceeding their sales targets, and this will measure individual and team performance against their goals. And then finally, we have CLV, or customer lifetime value. And this is the total revenue expected from a customer over their entire relationship with the company. This will help you understand the long-term value of the customers. And in addition to these eight KPIs, there's other measurements. You may include activity metrics like number of sales calls made, number of meetings conducted, number of emails sent, number of proposals delivered. Also, a customer retention rate, measuring the percent of customers retained on a monthly or annual basis. This may be indicative of customer satisfaction and effective account management by the sales and support teams. And so this leads me to our next slide, where we'll talk a little bit about KPIs that you may want to measure for support teams. And this is really going to evaluate the efficiency, effectiveness, and overall performance of customer support or service teams. These KPIs will help you assess how well these support teams are meeting customer needs, resolving issues, and maintaining high levels of customer satisfaction. So here are some common support team KPIs. First, response time. That'll measure the average time taken to respond to a customer query or support requests, and it'll measure the efficiency and responsiveness and initial engagement with customers. Resolution time is the average time taken to resolve a customer issue by a support team member. And this is really indicate how quickly issues are being resolved, and typically indicates higher efficiency and customer satisfaction, which really leads me to the next one, CSAT, or customer satisfaction score. This is typically attained through surveys or post-interaction ratings from your customer, and it'll reflect customer satisfaction with your support interactions. We hear a lot about Net Promoter Score, or NPS. This is going to measure your customer loyalty and likelihood to recommend the company's products or services based on support experiences. And it will also be another indication of overall customer satisfaction, but more importantly, also on the sentiment and the loyalty of the customer. Next, we have ticket volume, which is just simply the number of support tickets received and resolved, or perhaps you're also tracking unresolved tickets. This will help in understanding the demand for support and the workload your support team is facing, and help prioritize that workload and ensure timely resolution of customer issues. FCR, or first contact resolution rate, this measures the percentage of issues resolved in the very first interaction. And this will also measure effectiveness, responsiveness, and also the efficiency of the support. Another common one is escalation rate. So this is the percentage of tickets escalated to higher support levels or management. And this will help you indicate the complexity of issues and effectiveness of the first level support team. And a high escalation rate may indicate gaps in initial issue resolution or customer dissatisfaction. Finally, we have the support cost per ticket. This is the average cost incurred for resolving each support ticket, and it really helps managing support costs and efficiencies. So these support team KPIs provide insights into customer service performance, help in identifying areas for improvement, and guide efforts to enhance customer satisfaction and loyalty. So I encourage you to look at your KPIs. They may be different based upon your industry or your organization. And certainly when we talk about some of those other teams, like your marketing team or HR team, they would certainly have different KPIs that you would measure. So now we're going to take you live into Salesforce and give you a live demo of how these KPIs from an LMS and a Salesforce are then combined into unified reports within Salesforce. to provide all the benefits that we've mentioned. So Dan, Avon's going to lead us through this. So over to you, Avon.
Yes. Thank you, Matt. So I'm going to demonstrate a few things over here. I'll quickly log into Salesforce. I hope you can see my screen and Salesforce environment, right? Okay.
Yes, we can say.
Yes, so there are different few capabilities that I'm going to highlight today, mainly around the topic that we have, and we'll look at some data points, some reports you can have in Salesforce with a unified or say integrated LMS. So for example, firstly, let's look at how a manager could log in into MapleLMS and see any ongoing trainings that are happening and different options that I'll show. But firstly, I just wanted to show how you can access, as a manager, how you can go in and access the LMS, how you can assign training to a group of users. And then we'll look at some data points that we discussed. So here, if you're logged into Salesforce, I'll quickly navigate to the app launcher and I'll search for MapleLMS. And now that will log me into my LMS account. And depending on my role type, I'll see permissions, I'll see all the different options. But the first thing that I should see is my dashboard, my interface when I log in. So let's just give it a few seconds, and there we go. And with that, I've logged in into MapleLMS via Salesforce. Now here on this list, you'll see some in-progress courses or in-progress trainings that are happening. And as a manager, you have options to go into these trainings, look at progress, or do any activities, generate a report, or create enrollments. But then here, we're going to look at some advanced options, such as assigning courses. So right over here, I've provided a privilege or a permission to this user to assign courses. And this is what a manager would see. So when you want to assign courses, you can simply log into your MapleLMS account, come to this tab, which is assign course, and that will give you a list of different trainings, different courses. Well, that will really come to the next step, but at this step, we'll see a list of different user profiles that we have in our Salesforce. For instance, I have sales managers in my system, and I can assign courses to all the sales managers from here with this one click. So now this is fairly simple process to assign a training. All you have to do is select a user profile. And in this case, we are assigning one or multiple courses to all the sales managers in the organization. Similarly, all the sales executives, all the support representatives. And here what you would see is a list of different courses and trainings that you have created in the system or in your LMS. Now you can pick a few courses from here, click on assign courses, and that would really assign courses to the user. So that's the assignment process. And from here, I'll just change to or switch back to our dashboard. Also, as a manager, if you have created any upcoming events or if you are part of any event like a training session, then you'll have visibility of those events here as well. But now we'll quickly go to um, back to our Salesforce and we'll look at some data points over here. So we talked about unified data and KPIs, and now I'm going to walk you through a few reports that you can build or a few dashboards you can build in your Salesforce with an LMS, integrated LMS, and the kind of data that we can track. So I'll show you two examples, starting with this dashboard over here. Now this dashboard has some basic items configured. I'll just give it a few seconds to load up, or let me just try again. Yeah, there we go. Here we have a fairly simple dashboard where we can easily track which individual has achieved how many certificates. We can track user enrollments, so the number of courses an individual is enrolled in. So these could be your sales reps, your support executives, and then just below we can track course completion status as well for each employee. For example, the number of completed courses, the number of courses or trainings that are in progress, and then the ones that are that have not been started. But then going back to our unified report, let's look at that. So here I have a performance report, and this performance report will contain data points uh, both for a sales and a support team. So I'll quickly explain what data we have over here. So on the left, you're tracking revenue by sales rep, and this is also a pre and post training data. So we have a clear comparison of pre and post training revenue generated by each sales rep. So this is happening with both data points being unified, so LMS data as well as your sales data or these individuals' sales data in Salesforce. So when these get combined, we can have reports like these. For example, Mark Johnson over here had about 50,000 in revenue before any trainings, and since the training, the revenue has significantly gone up to 70,000. Similarly, you have win rate tracking right over here. So just the items that we discussed, tracking win rates before and after training, or before after a particular course. And then on the bottom, you have data that's relevant to your support team. So we are looking at case resolution time, and again, a pre and post training data. So this indicates how the case resolution time has dropped for each support executive pre and post training. And in this case, case resolution time, if drops, that's better. So the lower the time, that's always good. And then you have support cases resolved versus number of courses tracking right over here. So these are, or this would be an example of what a unified report could look like with unified data points for your sales and support team to track their to track their progress in a variety of ways, maybe by revenue, maybe by win rate, maybe by case resolution time, and also maybe by support resolution time or case resolution time. So with this, Matt, I'll end this demonstration and get back to our slides, and I'll redirect back to you.
Sure. Thank you, Avon. That was great. I think that really brings it to life and really what we're talking about today. So thank you for covering that. And it's great, that we're really talking about the concept of how this unified data management combines the Salesforce and the LMS data. And you can see what kind of insights that really provides. Also wanted to just recap the main points. These streamlined processes really integrate sales, support, and learning workflows for greater efficiency in sales and support teams, and can greatly benefit from this. Leveraging your KPIs, utilize key performance indicators from both platforms to track that progress effectively. It'll also enhance user engagement and increases interaction and participation through the integrated system. The integration allows you to optimize training and the ability to improve upon those training programs with real-time analytics and feedbacks. You should experience boosted customer satisfaction and enhanced experience and loyalty through better data. You also get better decision making, which provides actionable insights for informed strategic decision. And finally, we talked about how a seamless user experience will really ensure smooth, consistent interactions across the platforms. So now I'm going to turn it back over to Laura, and I think we're going to share our poll results now. And she also has some information about where you'll find us next week.
Yeah, thank you. Great job, Aveen, and thank you, Matt. Let's go ahead and get a look at the poll results. I'm so happy to see that there are so many people attending Dreamforce. Hope to see you there. Are there any other? Okay, there we go. Oh. Oh, nice. Okay. I like to see that too. That's a good percentage.
Yeah, so they know what we're talking about here. hopefully they're building out these reports and dashboards with the combined data.
Okay. And do we have results for our third question?
I think that last one was the third one. I
Okay.
think we may have missed one, but whatever.
Okay. Well, all right. Well, we can send those out. But if you're attending Dreamforce, please do not miss the chance to meet our team in person. We would absolutely love to chat and answer your questions and explore how we can help you achieve your training goals. So please stop by our booth. We'll have a gift. And yeah, we hope to see you there.
So, Laura, can you look to see if there's any questions in the Q&A? We'll be happy to answer those.
Yeah, I'm looking right now. And okay, so we do have a question. Chris, how long does it take to integrate Salesforce with an LMS? And what does that process look like?
So yeah, I can take that. So how long it takes to integrate would really depend on many factors, but usually you're looking at a few weeks to integrate your LMS with Salesforce. When I say a few weeks, that involves quite a few processes. So there's a lot of discovery that happens, as I discussed, and we looked at some items in this webinar as well, like uh, identifying data points and configuring these integrations for you. So it might take a few weeks, but in general, we tend to see maybe in a 4 to 6 week period, we do see integrations happening. But that's a standard timeline, I would say. But again, it's really it depends on scenario to scenario, or customer to customer, or organization to organization. So it's different that way.
And I think there's a lot of testing that gets involved in that, right? You build the integration, you say what data needs to go from one system to another, and then you test those flows. So we have a great integration team, and they kind of work through those processes to understand what data is most important, how to combine it, and then to make sure everything is tested and working well.
And thank you, Matt. You just answered one of the other questions, so I'll move along to another. Is there any kind of training or support that's provided to staff to adapt to the new integrated processes?
Yeah, so here at MapleLMS, we provide unlimited training and support to your staff and admins, um, which is a great feature. Many companies may charge you for training. We conduct our training virtually, and we record it and upload it to your LMS, so you always have that training. So with a standalone LMS, we're quick to deliver that within a couple of weeks. You'll have a staging environment of your LMS, and then we'll begin training, onboarding training. So walk you through all the content creation tools and how you can build really engaging learning experiences in the LMS. Then we'll kind of move on to some of the admin tools too, how to manage your users, set up reports, automatic email notifications, and a whole bunch more. And we usually finish our onboarding training with focusing on how to best support your users and if they have any concerns or any user adoption problems adopting the LMS. But then there's also training done after the integration is complete, right? After we do our work and integrate the two systems, then your staff needs to know how to access that data and pull those data points in to combine dashboards and reports. But then, as I mentioned, training is unlimited. So if you're facing an issue at any time in the future, or maybe you're onboarding someone new at your organization and they need to be trained on the entire integrated solution, then we're always happy to hop on a call. And that's true if you're building a course and hit a roadblock and need some additional training on maybe the course settings or the best way to accomplish an objective in the LMS or in Salesforce.
Yep. Great. Thank you, Matt. And then it looks like there's one final question. Are there any customization options to tailor the user experience to specific roles or needs?
Yes, I'll take that. there are several options to customize not just experiences, also roles and needs, and most of it is pre-configured. Well, in MapleLMS at least. So you'll find many pre-configured roles into our system, around 15 plus roles, and also options to optimize the user experience, like applying branding. But this differs from LMS to LMS, so different LMSs will provide you different options. I'll speak about MapleLMS. You do get options to customize your branding and also create personalized experiences, provide roles with appropriate permissions, and create custom roles.
Great. Thanks, Aben. Okay, so I think that's it for our questions. So that's going to conclude our webinar for today. We appreciate you engaging with questions and also with our polls and attending this webinar today, and your interest in the topic of unifying data from Salesforce and LMS for success. I hope what we presented today was helpful and demonstrated why an LMS integrated with Salesforce, or any CRM for that matter, can help organizations achieve their goals. This webinar will be posted on our website for future on-demand viewing within a couple days. And if you'd like to ask any additional questions or continue this conversation from today on integrating Salesforce with your LMS, feel free to reach out to us. We'd be happy to hear from you. Our contact information is listed below. And for those of you attending Dreamforce, we hope that you'll be able to stop by our booth. We have two booths actually, number 305 and number 1415 in the campground at Dreamforce. So if you are traveling to Dreamforce, safe travels to San Francisco, and we look forward to engaging with you further.
All right. Thank you, everyone.